What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Angry Jackalope, Robert R. Ricks. Well. First and foremost, Happy New Year's. We're in the raging 20s. This is the year of the crit. If you're a geek like me and you know Dungeons and Dragons and shit like that, natural 20 is called a crit. So 2020 is a double natural crit. So you're the crit. And looks like coming out the gate swinging with some bullshit as far as, fear mongering, war this, war that, blah, blah, blah. What's up, Simicon in the motherfucking house? Yeah, this is going to be an interesting episode. We're going to talk some shit. And I'm going to have to take these bottom dentures out. I'm going to have to take them out just because they have these prongs that are sitting right here. And they hurt. And so they're creating excess saliva. And that excess saliva is making me... which is fucking gross. What's up, backwoods? So I'm going to do this. And I'm going to talk. And that's going to sound so much better. I have a little more wisp to it, but ultimately it's going to sound better. So trust me. And I'm going to be a whole lot of fucking talking. Now, first, before I get on my ranting and raving, I'm going to do some knife shit real quick. Just because, huge friend of the channel, huge fucking friend, good buddy of mine, nut job with a machete, Renee sent me a cool little care package, and I would be a complete dick and asshole to not extend my gratitude and say thank you, because he sent entirely too much shit. He sent a ton of shit. Oh my fucking hell. So I'm going to go through it really quickly just to show you guys my second Christmas, because this shit showed up and I really wasn't... Dude, hold on a second. I got to tell this guy. Doing show. I don't know how come people don't understand. I'm going to put on my do not disturb because it is what it is. So anyway, first thing, this is what the wife ended up getting, because for those of you who go on a real-time storytime show, there was an episode called Stinky Pussy episode, and it was real early on, and Renee thought it'd be funny if somebody could make me laugh while I was telling my story. So what's up, Bronx? Happy New Year to you too. What's up, Tenchi? So she said, "You forgot about Stinky Pussy," and it made me laugh. So he sent her this machete. Ooh, did you hear the ring? See if I can catch that on. Ooh, ring! There it is. Right? So it was a cool machete from Nut Job with a machete. It had like a sharpening stone and a medicine pouch with some fire starting stuff in here, which was really cool. Then, as I proceeded, I was wondering, he said, oh, the fuck, I forget what you call them now. The oh, I know how to say it because it was bayonet. That's right. He said, bayonet's yours. And I'm like, bayonet? Did this motherfucker send me this big ass bayonet? I'm like, what the fuck? And so I'm looking through all these things he sent, and I didn't see it at first. And I'm like, dude was tripping. What the fuck? And then I came across this. And I was like, what the fuck is this? Open it up. I said, oh, it's a cool little knife. And then it had like all these little instructions with it. And I was like, what the shit? I was like, okay. Oh, wait. Oh, that goes on the Picatinny. Just like that. Oh, now I got a little bayonet. Oh, ran out of bullets. Shankity shank, shank, shank a motherfucker. Shankity shank, 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 shank. Right? And I was like, dude, that's pretty fucking cool. And if my what do you call it? My Walther PPX didn't already have like a laser sight flashlight combo on the Picatinny on the bottom, this would be there. So this just means I have to pick up another pistol that I can put this on. So anyway, that was really cool. And then I saw a neck knife real quick that caught my attention. I was like, what the shit is this? And I pulled it out and I said, God damn, that is sexy. Because y'all know I love me some hammered finish shit. And for the life of me, I could not figure out who the maker, manufacturer, blah, blah, blah this was. Because there was no maker marks or anything else on it that I could find or see. So I asked him, and he basically told me it was a Massillon, Knives neck knife. It's from their Zodiac series, and it's called a small wild boar. And I'm gonna point something out when I'm done with this. That's gonna be really surprising to you. So just remember Massillon, okay? So there's that. Then he sent me a gang of these, which I was like, are you fucking for real? I was like, are you for real? Like, the heftiness and everything else of these blades really caught me by surprise. I was like, wow, these are really sturdy, strong blades. But for the life of me, I couldn't tell what they were with the maker mark on it. I was like, I don't know who this is. So there was the first one. Hold on. There's one. There's two. Right? There's three. I'm like, oh my God, I was a good boy this year, Santa. I'm like, oh my fucking hell. And wait. The one that really jumped out at me, and I was like, what the fuck is this? I thought, this is a motherfucking Aquaman shit right here. This is straight fucking Aquaman. And I was like, ooh, I really like, this is a really sexy fucking little blade. I really fucking dig it, right? So those were those. And so one of them had a serial number on it. So I was able to look the serial number up. And yes, I found out it was called SR Sam Robert Knives. SR Knives. And I looked around and I watched a couple other people's reviews. And I remember Renee had done a review on this one. Renee had done a review on this particular blade. Yeah, this one. I saw a review on this one, and I saw somebody else did a review on this particular knife. This is the one that actually had a kind of a serial number right there on the actual blade itself. Some of these other ones, they don't actually have any serial numbers. And so I was like, okay, these are pretty fucking interesting. And then of course, he wasn't done. Hang on, my daughter was checking this one out, and this is just a fingerprint magnet and a half. And I think all of us, there we go. all of us that like knives and stuff will, recognize this right off the bat because this is one of Cold Steel's more approachable. I actually had the really small one that they had, the little African. I forget what it's called. It's like a gazelle or some shit. The small one. But this is like the big one, right? And so of course I saw this, and my daughter was hella kind of tripping, like, okay, well, how do I fucking close it? Like, she couldn't see like a liner lock or anything else. I said, well, it's this little pin right here. You basically pull this back, and then it's just enough, and it's got a friction kind of thing on it. So you really have to work to open it, and you really have to work to close it, which makes this one of the few world legal style knives. Although I think with the length on this, this one would not necessarily be world legal. I would imagine the UK would probably frown on this quite extensively just because of the length of the blade. But in any event, this was the haul that Renee sent me. So I'm sitting there thinking to myself, fuck, this dude spent a fucking mint on this shit and sent me all these really fucking expensive knives, because as I was sitting there handling them and feeling them, like the build quality, the heft, all the other stuff on it, they just scream quality. They just scream really nice. Like, the lockup is really good. The alignment, the blade alignment in it is really good. The only thing that and I think a lot of people were complaining about it, is when you open them, you have to engage with the wrist. Just using the flipper is not enough to get her to pop all the way out, right? But when I tell you the fucking price points for these some bitches, you're going to be like, oh, well, okay then. None of these comes in over 20 bucks, which I had to look again. I was like, whoa, rewind. What? 20 fucking bucks? Were you fucking serious? And I'm like, okay, are these Chinese? I mean, what the fuck? How are these coming in at 20 fucking bucks? There's just no fucking way these are coming in at 20 bucks. Like, these are the epitome of like burner phones for blades. Okay, it's like, what the shit? Like, the lockup, the comfort, the aesthetics. I mean, it's great. If you are really, really fucked, like I kind of am now, on budgets for buying blades, you could buy a blade a month and not cry. You know what I'm saying? Nikki just chimed in, we love you, but we aren't rich. I get that. I get that. I think you guys end up spending more on the shipping to get it to me than you spent on the blades themselves, which the thing that it came in is awesome. Like, I'm going to also get massive use out of the container you ship these to me with as well. So anyway, I wanted to take some time before I went off tangent and started talking about this Iran and all this other shit, to take the time to say, Renee, thank you very much. My daughter was blown away. She was just sitting there with me. We were going through these, looking at them, going, like this one, we were laughing. We were like, he brutalized the fuck out of this one. I said, this had to have been his EDC. This had to have been the one he carried with him and used quite a bit, because there's some real love and wear and tear on this bitch. So check the tube, the top of the tube with the black light. Oh, I will. I have a black light right here, a big bar one, so I'll check that out. Hopefully it's not a big dick picture that says Mahoo, because that'll be fucked up. But anyway, I already started wearing this. I wore this today when we went out. I just grabbed it real quick and threw it on, just because I really liked it. This guy also, believe it or not, this was $19 right now on Amazon. So just wanted you guys to know that if you guys are looking for blades that aren't going to break the bank, that you can take and brutalize. Because I'm telling you, I'm looking at what Renee did here. He didn't let's see if I can get this angle just right. You should be able to see all the same scuffs and oh, there we go. We might be able to get them. There we go. If you look all along there, you'll see all kinds of marks where he was cutting in, doing shit with this. This wasn't like a little dresser blade that he had just laying around. He took this and did shit with it. So, oh yeah, and it does have a little glass breaker on the back end. I had missed that on first look. So, this is perfect, you know. And as far as I know, like I said, I don't really know much about this company. I don't know if they're like, what is it, Gonzo? Gonzo does a lot of knockoff knives that are tremendously cheaper than other well-known manufacturers. But as far as I know, I haven't seen these designs on any of the big makers. So these might be just designs that they make on their own. I don't know. All I know is fit and finish, weight, heft. These are fucking amazing value for the money. Vixen in a house. That's the last thing I want to talk about before I get into Iran stuff. I want all of you, every last one of you motherfuckers, part of the crew, to send out every positive vibe over towards Vixen. I want her to feel the love. I want her to start feeling it so she feels better, okay? I want us all to say, you know, a nice, good, wholesome prayer for her and everything else just to help her feel better, get her spirits lifted up and all that stuff. Because I tell you what, I said a big, long prayer last night. I'll say another one tonight. And I'm going to say one right now. Heavenly Father, please look after our sister Vixen. Help raise her spirits up. Help her get some strength in her. Help her feel the love and understand that she is an amazing person that is deeply loved by all of us. In the name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. That's for me. If you don't do that, I'm not asking you to do that. Send positive vibes. Just say, hey, girl, I'm thinking about you. I hope you're feeling better. That's all. All right. Now, this stuff going on in Iran, there is a news piece that just brought this is a hilarious shit. This is what I want everybody to do. I need everybody to pump their fucking brakes in regards to shit. I got my kids coming up to me saying, Dad, are we going into World War III right now? What's up, Magic? And I'm like, I don't know. But we've been on the verge of some kind of a World War 3, 4, 5, 6, whatever you want to, however fucking number you want to go to, for a long time now. And I want to point out an article that just hit the line right now. It's from the Daily Star. Ooh, we got a real strong news group here. It says, breaking. Iran launches cyber attack on U.S. government website. Warning, we're always ready. No, that's not even that. I can't even get there with that bullshit because let's dig deeper. A group claiming to be working on behalf of the Iranian government has hacked a U.S. government website where they plastered sinister warnings. Okay, so the sinister warning is they got a picture of Trump, you know, a famous picture of Trump going like this, right? And there's like a hand hitting him and he's got a little blood coming out of his mouth. It's rookie Photoshop. I'm kind of like, whatever. And it says hackers who claim to be working for Iranian government have hacked a U.S. government website in a revenge attack. Listen to this shit, in a brutal takedown of, what's the government site? The Federal Depository Library Program. The FDLP. The Federal Depository Library Program is the site that got taken down, which I don't even know what the fuck that is. The hackers warned this first move was only a small part of Iran's cyber ability. Okay, let me tell you why this is bullshit. First and foremost, in warfare, you never telegraph your punch. You never telegraph. You never say, ooh, this is the first little bit. We got more coming. Because you're letting your enemy know what you're going to do. This is some rookie motherfuckers, probably American kids, hacked this and made it look like that to whatever. This is rookie shit. This is rookie shit. This is stupid. All right. We will not stop supporting our friends in the regions, the oppressed people of Palestine, the oppressed people of Yemen, the people and the Syrian government, the people and government of Iraq, the oppressed people of Bahrain, and the true Mujahideen resistance in Lebanon and Palestine. They will be supported by us. Now look, there are a lot of people in the West that are supporting Islamic agendas and stuff that look at some of the brutality that happens at the hand of Israel towards Palestine. And it's real easy to fall into this, ooh, look, these guys have jets and these guys have rocks and this is this and this is that. And to get into the whole quagmire of politics and racial tensions in the Middle East, you would almost have to have a fucking master's degree because it's so deep rooted and so divided and so fucked up, right? So anyway, you see a lot of these motherfuckers that, like, who was that? Rose McGowan or whatever, the actress who just caught some shit because she was talking shit about Trump, saying, you know, get out of Palestine and, you know, all this other, like, she said something. I was like, all right, whatever. Now, if that's the worst we have to look forward to, is somebody defacing some no-name fucking U.S. governmental site, then yay for us. I don't think that's the absolute worst that can happen. I believe there could be far more devastating things that can happen. But I need to preface the way that Iran gets down. Iran is not an idiot. Iran knows in a tit-for-tat war with the U.S., they would get their peepees whacked in a fucking hot second. There's no way their military could compete against ours. But Iran has had a history of proxy warfare where they leverage other groups. They will bankroll other groups, Hezbollah, etc., to carry out attacks against Western assets that indirectly affect us, right? But never, ever in our face. Now, that doesn't mean that they don't have some sleeper cells that are sitting here. Hell, I might have a couple of fucking neighbors that are sleeper cells. But do I think that they would activate all of these in the light of this particular general being killed right now? I don't believe so, because there's really nothing to gain from it. To spend time and effort and logistical money to position pieces into power play, leverage pieces, only to pull them out because emotionally you get upset because somebody, one person you liked, was killed, that is really dumb. That is beyond dumb. And these governments are not in business to waste all of that fucking money just to, oh, they killed our popular general, so let's do this. No. Mm-mm. Now, if it gets to the point where they want to do a coup de grace and put the fucking nail in the U.S. coffin, that's when those things would pop out. Now, do I think there could be some stuff that happens overseas in Yemen and places like that? Sure, most definitely. But those have been happening nonstop anyway. So it's not like that's going to change. So let's look at what happened. On the 27th, we had an embassy that was attacked. And I remember seeing all of these posts of the religious leader of Iran talking all this shit about Trump and saying he's fucking impotent, he can't do shit, and blah, blah, blah. Well, fast forward to right now, yesterday, one of the generals of Iran, who is very popular, very much loved and revered by the people of Iran, had over 30 million people that adored him, and they were grooming him to be the next political leader there, gets taken out. So there's a lot of people upset. So I believe unsanctioned events, because of the fact that he was so respected and was a thought leader in that area, is destined to happen. But do I think it's something that's sanctioned at the top level and kind of pushed out as part of a grand scheme? I doubt it. It's one of those things where, let's say I'm trying to think of one of our generals that people really like. There's that one general. Fuck, why am I drawing a blank on him? Or let's take what is his fucking name? Well, one of our generals that everybody knows and they like, and now he's a good guy. Blah blah blah. He's overseas. He's in the middle of operations. He gets taken out by another opposing government. Okay, now granted, a lot of Americans, a lot of other people would be upset and be like, that's some bullshit, General blah, blah, blah was a fucking, American and woo, woo, woo. So there could be some action in some other places where Americans feel like they could pull off an attack like that. You might have something where if it's part of a rogue terrorist organization, we'd go after. But if it was somebody like China, if it's somebody like Russia, or something like Iran, there would be no direct retaliatory strike against them because that would escalate to a bigger situation, right? So, in looking at all of that, Stormin' Norman, that's fine. You could say him. He's one that you could say, but I wasn't thinking about him. I was thinking about one of the newer guys that I just saw that was kind of opposing Trump, and even before that, the one guy that was testifying for Rumsfeld and him for Iraq. What was his name? Anyway, I thought he was gonna go for president one day, but he didn't. I think his career got killed when he was forced to lie about the weapons of mass destruction in Iraq for the Bush Jr. administration. Anyway, so I think this is a whole lot of buildup. Now, who gains from this shit, right? So anyway, Trump comes out and says we had to take this dude out because we had intel that this dude that might be the guy Backwoods. I think you're spelling it wrong, but I think that might be the guy. They had some intel that this dude, this particular general, was part of a group that was going to do something bigger than what happened on the 27th. Now, that to me rings true on one of two scenarios. Okay? One, intel accurate. Oh shit, these motherfuckers are planning something bigger, which is ballsy, but new year, new decade, new this, new that. The numbers are important, people. So they might have said, yeah, we're going to do this. And who knows what that attack was supposed to be, if it was at all, because that leads to other option, which is false narrative, false intel, secondary agenda to give Trump a black eye before the elections, right? That's very possible and plausible because the groups that Trump had been pissing off, pretty fucking powerful people. Pretty fucking powerful. Intel accurate, also very plausible and very likely. But again, the question is, why would Iran risk it, right? Even via proxy with a high-profile general. I don't think they would take one of their power pieces and position that in such a way unless they planned on sacrificing him all along to further a secondary agenda. There's some shit going on here that smells funny as fuck. It smells wrong. I mean, I'm sitting there going, this shit is not the way it would normally be. You wouldn't have a high profile general so loved and so revered by so many people that you are grooming for political career after the fact. You would not put him out in harm's way unless he served you better dead. You get where I'm going with that? You wanted to martyr him. And once he was martyred, he's vastly more influential and powerful. It's kind of like the Star Wars shit. Strike me down and I shall become more powerful than you have ever imagined. Right? They did the Obi-Wan Kenobi shit. He ran out. Come on, Vader. Trump turned out to be Vader in this particular episode. Gone, right? Okay. That makes sense. So, I don't know. This shit is just bullshit. You know, I'm kind of looking at a lot of this stuff going, this is some serious bullshit going on. And I'm looking at the news and I'm watching them hype. I mean, this particular fucking piece of shit here, you know, in a brutal takedown. How is it a brutal takedown? It's a couple of keystrokes. Run a fucking script. It probably had inadequate security. It was probably like a WordPress website, something easily circumvented. Done. Right? Magic says, looks like I'll watching an old VHS tape. The comment box looks high def, but the video looks blurry. Really? Interesting. Interesting. Let me look on my side here. I wonder if I'm getting edited because of the shit I'm talking about. That wouldn't be surprising. It would not be surprising in the slightest little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's weird. I don't know. That's weird. So anyway, I'm sitting there, I'm looking at it. And I'm looking at these articles that they're saying, you know, Iran war would need millions of men like invading Germany in World War II. First and foremost, we would never go and invade Iran. That's Bush. That's Bush Jr. and Sr. and the Rothschild Illuminati agenda to invade Iran to get the oil of Iran. Trump don't seem so interested in that, but it did occur to me Trump is severely aligned with Israel. Probably more so than any other president I've ever seen before. That is interesting because Israel is on the forefront of cyber warfare. Israel is doing amazing technology jumps in regards to information gathering, information warfare, etc. Iran has declared many times it would love nothing more than to wipe Israel off the face of the earth. So here we have Trump, who is super pro-Israel, passing all kinds of laws and rules that already were concerning to me in regards to if you're being anti-Semitic, blah, blah, blah. It's like, okay, well, why are we just saying anti-Semitic? Why don't we just say racially motivated, regardless of a specific group? You know, racial hatred towards Jews should not be any less heinous than racial crimes against blacks or Asians or whatever, Latino. If you're going to create laws and penalties for them, they should be specific to the type of malicious intent. So if somebody is filled with hate and they're doing crimes based off of race, they should be the same. It shouldn't necessarily be anti-Semitic, etc., etc. But when you see that happening and you're saying, well, now we're just selecting a singular group to put these protections on, and we're also saying any kind of conversation, like if I try to say a rational debate where I say, I don't trust Israel. So if I say that, I don't trust Israel, That's my opinion. And as an American, I should have the right to say I don't trust this group or this group or this group or this group without the fear of suddenly having somebody knocking on my door saying I am spreading anti Semitic sentiment, which is not my agenda. My agenda is to say we should be able to freely talk about anything. We should freely be able to debate anything. We should be able to analyze anything. Because a lot of times, the most evil, heinous shit is hidden behind laws. And that's my fear here. So I'm sitting there looking at this going, really it doesn't serve us any good to go in and wipe Iran off the planet, right? Because Iran, even though they talk a lot of shit, this, that, and everything else, for the most part, other than bankrolling terrorists, they don't ever come out and say, yeah, we're going to fuck you straight up, because they're cowards. They can't fuck us that way. They just can't. Now, as far as other agendas where, they're spreading their religion and everything else, come on now, tit for tat. People can point to Italy and say the Catholics are spreading their religion. They can point to America and say the Mormons are spreading their religion, et cetera, et cetera. All religious groups are free to spread their religious dogma and their religion anywhere that people allow them to listen. But you don't see a lot of Christians and Mormons, specifically Mormons, rounding up Muslims and killing them on Ramadan or other religious holidays that are sacred to Muslims. But we do see certain Islamic groups rounding up Christians and killing them. So there is no doubt that there are militant factions of Islam that are very intent on killing non-Muslims. And they have no fear or reservations of coming forth and telling you exactly that. Now, I have some friends that are Muslim, and to my face, they're very lovely, nice people, and they say all the super nice things to me. Now, what they pray or what they think behind the scenes, I don't know. I have no idea. I can't judge them, and my own religion prevents me from judging others, from passing judgment on others. My religion tells me I'm not allowed to pass judgment on others because that is something reserved for my God only. My God is the only one that's allowed to judge any of us. But, I will acknowledge certain facts that if a group says straight up, yeah, if you're not Muslim and if I have the chance, I'm going to fucking kill you, then I have the right as a sentient being with self-preservation in mind, a human being, to say, well, fuck, come get it. I'm not going to allow you just to kill me as a defenseless sheep. So it is what it is. Now, this does present us all with a very dark eventuality here, because I do believe, because of the way that the press is handling this and the way that the press is hyping this, that even today, hey, what's up, Lyra? Even today, when I was inside of my local grocery store, there was a couple there. And the woman was wearing traditional garb, but she was Indian. Okay? And I know the difference between Indians and Muslims, right? As far as just generic garb, okay? I'm not getting into races or anything else. I'm trying to keep this simple just to illustrate a point so people don't jump on me, all right? Listen. So the husband and wife, they're picking a line to go stand in. And the wife says something, the husband responds, but they're talking in their own dialects, okay? And it was too far away, I couldn't hear, so I couldn't tell what the dialect was. Because I deal with Indian developers all the time, so I couldn't even hear the accent. But what I did note, I saw 3 groups of people instantly, like this, startled, turn, stare. And I saw the look in their eyes. Are they Iranian? See, America has one big fucking problem. and I've said it for a long time, the pussification of America has taken its toll. A lot of Americans are fear-driven. And it's not their fault. They've been beaten over the head with the fear stick forever and a day. Okay? So now, once again, instead of optimistic, waiting and seeing for things to happen, they instantly take a fear posture and expect the worst. And I'm like, well, if you're always thinking like that, you're going to be a self-fulfilling prophecy because you're willing that shit to happen. You're inadvertently creating a situation that doesn't have to be so dire. It's kind of like I hear word that my job is going to lay off 10% of the workforce. Okay? And they're going to let those people know on Monday. And it's Friday. Now, your typical American, the pussified ones, they're going to stress all fucking weekend long. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, they're not going to get a wink of sleep. They're going to be so stressed out. Then Monday, they're driving to work. They're full of fucking stress. They get to the job. They're so stressed out. And then they find out Bill next door in accounting, everybody knew he was a lazy fuck. He's the guy that they let go. He's the 10%. But they done wasted 3 days of their fucking lives because they allowed fear to freak them the fuck out. Instead of just being like, fuck, I'll wait and see what happens. Now, if you're really concerned, then what you do is you make sure you got a plan B lined up. You go, all right, you know what? Maybe it is time for me to move on. And if they give me my walking papers on Monday, I better have a plan B. So, again, not all freaking out or anything. You start to hit your LinkedIn, your Facebook and everything, and you start hitting all your contacts. Yo, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Yo, y'all got a job? Yeah, man, I got a job. All right, man. Even if your name's not called on Monday, you might end up with a better job. But guess what? You're not a pussy because you took the bull by the horns and you handle business. So I'm seeing a lot of the stuff where people are talking about, oh, they're going to have to, start the draft again and get millions of people to go and fight this. I'm like, to fight what? We don't even have any kind of an official declaration of war yet. We have nothing from Congress or anything that says we are in full-blown war with Iran. And now Iran has allied with Russia and China, and they're mobilizing tanks and blah, blah, blah. When it gets to that point, when it's there, then you can go, shit, wow, this is going to be pretty rough, right? Because even then, once you hear that news, guess what? It takes a while to mobilize the theater of war. World War II didn't happen overnight, people. That shit took fucking years and years and years and years and years. So before you start freaking the fuck out, you got time. Now, I'm not saying to ignore it and not pay attention, but if you're like one of those people that get really worked up and you get all stressed up and your stomach hurts, you start farting and you can't think and operate, and maybe you shouldn't watch the fucking news because maybe you're constitutionally challenged. Okay, you need to just step away and be like, okay, I can't deal with this. Go buy a knife, go buy something, occupy your time elsewhere. Okay. There's a song from Public Enemy, Don't Believe the Hype. The news is fear-mongering hype. I watch the news and I believe about 1% of it. 1% of it. And then every time I watch some spectacular thing, I'm like, what's the agenda here? What's the narrative? What are they trying to do here? One that I thought was interesting was after that attack on the embassy, I guess, was in Iraq, somebody tried to come at Trump and say, this is Trump's Benghazi. And I was like, ooh, don't bring that shit up. Ooh, don't bring up Benghazi now. Because that's a totally different animal right there. Don't fucking do that one. So anyway, there it is. So that was my big fucking rant on this shit I ran. Because, I'm looking up on Drudge Report. Look at this. Rage builds. Iran eyes 35 targets. Like, how do they fucking know the 35 targets? I put it like this. I was watching New Year's Eve, and I told my family, I know I'm not worried about terrorism? You look at New York during fucking the countdown, New Year's. All these fucking people packed in like fucking sardines. I don't even have to aim. I could be a mile and a half away with a 50 cal, and I could kill hundreds of fucking people with no fucking aim. With no fucking aim. They're just all there. Or I'd fucking rig a plane with autopilot shit and send that shit in. Yeah, they might shoot it on the way in, but fuck, where are those people gonna go? They can't go nowhere. That's what I'm saying. You know what? It's bullshit, people. It's bullshit. I've said it before, I'll say it again. We don't have a true terrorist problem. Israel has a terrorist problem because they got shit blowing up in front of fucking malls and grocery stores and shit on a regular basis. There's your litmus test of terrorism. We don't have that shit. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that fucking problem here in America. Talk a lot of bullshit. Iran eyes 35 targets. Shit. Rob Ricks eyed 7,000 targets. I see 7,000 targets all the time. Anybody who does active threat assessment and tries to harden their environment and make sure they're not caught slipping are spotting all kinds of soft targets. Are you fucking kidding me? Trump has 52. What is this? Iran eyes 35 targets. Trump has 52. Okay, so I guess maybe they're talking high value targets or some shit. Anyway, whatever. Rockets launched at U.S. troops. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that at all. But where? Not here in America. You know what I'm saying? Let's see. What are some of the other fucking fun things we got here? Pressure on developing. Patriots win probability. So people talking about football. Worst flu season in decades. I can agree with that. Oh, look at this. Another anti-Semitic incident in New York City. See, this is my problem. Man accused of spitting at a Jewish woman. Are we fucking serious here? Are we fucking serious here? Man accused of spitting at a Jewish woman. How about man gets his ass beat because he's white, or man gets his ass beat because he's gay, or man gets his ass beat because he's black, etc., etc., etc. Spitting? Come on, man. Come on, man. Let's see here. How about Kim's Christmas present? For which Christmas? Who's Kim? You talking Kim Jong-un? That shit ain't gonna happen. Let's see here. What else? Weinstein lawyer. Accuser has spent entire life acting for a living. Oh, God. Are you fucking serious? Let's see here. 2 in 5 adults can't fix single household problem without Google. Well, you know what? Why is that surprising? Why is that surprising? We live in an instant on environment. We live in a total, hey, Siri, hey, watch this. What's their fucking name? Hey, Cortana. Did Cortana gonna pop up on me here? There it is. There's Cortana right there, popped up for me. You know, we live in this environment where you can ask for help. And as communal creatures, fuck, you ask Google for fucking help. There it is. So why is that surprising? Anyway, let's see. UFO sightings will rise in 2020 with creation of Space Force. Yay, Space Force. That shit's already been around. Already been around. Thousands march against pension reform in Paris. Venezuela opposition and Guaido face critical test in vote. Controversial fence revives battle over marijuana dispensaries near churches. Oh my fucking hell. Who gives a fuck? Let them get high. Who cares? High people don't usually commit crimes. So let them get fucking stoned so I don't have to deal with them. Let's see here. Let's see what else here. Oh, you know what we're not hearing a whole lot about right now? The impeachment shit. Isn't that funny? Some of this shit could just be in response to this impeachment bullshit. Trump and then probably said, you know what, we need to get the press off of this shit. Go ahead and smack this shit down. Smack the shit down with fucking Iran. We'll deal with that. It's easier to deal with than this bullshit impeachment stuff. You know what I'm saying? Siri, will my 72 goats be shaven? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. And I'll laugh at jokes. I don't give a fuck if they're appropriate or inappropriate. If they're fucking... I'll do the Joker laugh. I will do it. I swear to God I will do it. I watched Joker and the only thing that I enjoyed about that was that painful laugh. I watched it and was like, yeah, okay. It's alright. It's pretty good. It's alright. But that laugh, that inappropriate laugh at the inappropriate times, I loved it. I do that all the time now. Whenever my kids say something and it's like kind of I drop that laugh. I do it and I'm like, it's fucking great. It's fucking great. But yeah, I'm just sitting there looking. Australia got a big fucking bunch of fire going on there. That's horrible. You know, I saw some billions of animals dead, hugest fire ever, blah blah blah. And I see some people that are very religious. Once again, citing end times, saying we're at the end times, and I don't agree with that. I think we've been proverbially at the end times for a long fucking time, and I don't believe that. You know, it's gonna end, and I think heaven and hell are bipolar heaven and hell are like bipolar instances of the same fucking existence we live in. 1 minute we're deep in the fucking bowels of hell, and the next minute we're in the fucking bliss of heaven. You know, that's part of the human experience. You know, really, for us to be able to really pick where we're at comes down to that decision. Like, oh, I'm in hell. And the funny thing is, thank you, Vixen. Funny thing is, somebody that says, wow, that's your hell, you're bitching, that's your fucking hell, that's my heaven, right? So a lot of times we just have to take a look around us and acknowledge the good things that we've got going with us, even when shit's kind of bad. You know what I mean? And it's just like that thing. I always, you know, I bitched about not having no shoes until I saw a motherfucker with no feet, you know? And then the person that said, man, I bitched about having no feet until I saw a guy who had no dick. I just added that. That's mine. That, you guys know that's my fault too every time. It's like, you lost your legs, but you still got your dick and balls, right? Anyway. But, yeah, just, you know, guys, it really is gotta, don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. We got plenty of time to figure out what's going on. Ever seen the scene of hell in The Devil and Mrs. Jones? Oh, you know what? I don't think so. I don't remember that movie. I think I've watched it, but I don't remember that movie. I'm going to have to go look at that just because I'm curious now. But also, you guys might have noticed I haven't updated any of my shit in here. I haven't updated my shit because I had some really weird health things that my wife figured out was related to the new medication that I'm on. This new medication that I was on was really fucking me up. And so I ended up losing like 4 or 5 days time that I was going to spend working on shit. And so I didn't get a chance to update anything. You know what I'm saying? Wasn't that with Stormy Daniels? I don't know, man. I think Trump likes that movie. Well, I think he did like it. I think he has an autographed copy somewhere, but I don't think he's going to talk about that anytime soon. But anyway, I didn't get a chance to update that. I'm feeling better. Hopefully, I won't go through really bad, funky feelings tonight like I have been every night. At 10 o'clock, I've been just getting really bad chills and spiking huge fevers really quickly, and then toughing it out all night. The fever breaks. The next day, my muscles are all sore and everything. Joints hurt, blah, blah, blah. And it turned out these are all super duper rare side effects of my cholesterol statin medication. Motherfucker. So anyway. I watched Star Wars last night, and no spoilers, but I will warn people, if you go to watch this movie, don't make a mistake like I did and drink a fucking full soda at the beginning of the movie, because near the end there, you're going to have to pee real bad, and that movie ain't going to end for a while. For a long fucking while. The movie is 2.5+ hours. I was like, God damn. And, I enjoyed it. Ultimately, I liked the movie, but I was like, yeah, they could have did this so much better, but whatever. Just like Joker. Yeah, this is good, but it could have been so much better. So, you're all right. Yeah, all right. All right. All right. All right. But, I don't know. I watched Star Wars and was like, yeah, that was a good twist. Oh, yeah, okay, I see what you're doing. There's continuity there. That's good continuity. Oh, look, there's a little homage there. Okay, yeah. Oh, but you didn't answer this question. Then my wife explains it to me. I'm like, oh, I guess they did answer that question. I was just having a fever and I was a little delirious and I missed that part right there. Okay, yeah, I got that. So, yeah. And my wife said the perfect point. At least we got a chance to watch it in the movie theater. And I'm like, you know what? It was an end of an era. It's the 9th fucking movie. It ends the whole kit and caboodle. It from front to back, ends it. Good. All right. Will they make more movies? Sure. Did it have some epic ass scenes? Sure. Did it have some obligatory Disney squirt some fucking tears? Yes, it did. Was I disappointed? No. Did I think it could be better? Yeah. What grade would I give it? B minus. B minus. Yeah. All right, guys. I believe if I see my time, let me check on my time. Oh no, I still got 2 minutes left. Actually, a minute and 30 seconds. Let's see. Mossad is the top intelligence agency there is. I wouldn't doubt it. I really wouldn't. You want to talk technology? Israel's they got technology, and they brag about that shit too. They'll let motherfuckers know. Yes, we have the best technology. Fuck what you have, China. Fuck your Chinese technology. Found out internet was having issues, but it looks fine now. Great. Perfect. Just like IDF or some badasses. Yeah, I mean, when you talk about Israel, they kind of have to be tough. They're surrounded at all sides by people who want nothing more than to pretty much just wipe them out, right? And that's kind of been the thing that I have heard. So I've got some Israeli associates. I'm not gonna call them friends because we don't go hang out, and obviously they're not gonna get drunk with me and do all this other shit because I'm sure they look down at me. I'm sure they pass judgment when they look at me, but whatever. But they're good folks, I didn't really mind working with them. But, that was always kind of the fallback, it's like, oh yeah, when we serve in the military and stuff, it's men and women together because we don't care about, oh, that's a woman, that's a man. Like we just want to survive, and we look after each other because we're surrounded by all sides that people want to kill us. And I'm like, yeah, I get that. I get that. But at the same time, when I look at other hidden histories that exist out there, there are some very insidious things you can also point to when it comes to Israel. The same as when you point to like the Vatican and a bunch of these other groups, there is kind of the Facebook story, the cover story, and then there's the real dark underbelly of what's really going on. You know what I'm saying? So let's see. Yeah, YouTube changed my settings again, put it 360, so I had to bring it back up again. 360 videos crap. Yeah, I bet. Jesus. Yeah, there you go. Let's see, I'm glad I made it to the show on time. Helped me keep my mind out. Packing. Change later. Keep my mind out of. Change later. Yeah, I hope this show actually gave you a little bit of time to just kind of escape and not, kind of dwell on what's going on and things of that nature. Again, everybody throw some positive vibes this evening before you turn in and stuff like that. We want to give a nice concerted vibe push towards Vixen. I want her to actually feel it. I want her to go, wow, I could feel the love you guys are sending and everything else, because we all need help from time to time. Lord knows, I was praying for myself these last few nights. This shit was racking me to the core. Holy hell, I was miserable. And then my wife figured it out today, and I'm like, oh fuck, at least I know what the fuck is going on. So I'm not going to take that medicine anymore. And so I'm hoping next few days I'll feel better. But in any event, let's make sure we do that. All right. And that's going to be it. We'll do the show tomorrow. There's some changes happening on my work, at my work, my day job. And if that situation turns out fucked up like it might, then I might have to do these shows an hour earlier. I don't know yet. We'll have to play it by ear and see. But if it does happen, I'll give you guys a heads up too. Let's do the same thing for Paula. Oh man, I'm sorry to hear that. Paula felt too bad to get on. Yeah, Heavenly Father, look after Paula as well. Help her to feel better. Let's get everybody back on their fucking feet so that they can, continue to live this blessed experience that we call life, because people oftentimes will look at the life around them and fixate on the miserable things instead of understanding that life is truly a blessing. There is so much love and good things that we can learn and share with each other. And a lot of times we end up squandering over dumb shit. So anyway, everybody, send out good vibes to those less fortunate ourselves. And let's make this a year of loving and giving as much as we can. I'm not saying being cheese dick and gaga gooey and all this other stuff. I'm talking about just authentic, true caring for each other, human beings, and understanding that we are all related. We are all human beings. We all bleed. We all care about the same things. We all want our children to have the same thing at a very basic, fundamental level. Let's see. Oh, what do I have? Type of a sleep system do I have for my disaster scenario? Well, thankfully, that's been a little bit mitigated now with this. Because I have a CPAP. CPAP will plug into this, and it will allow me to get a couple of nights sleep while I am charging it. So right now, that is my only go-to, because I do have really bad sleep apnea. I have to use a CPAP. The other thing I'm going to have to rig up in the event that shit gets bad, those times when I do get some sleep, I'm going to. I took a note from my wife was watching that movie where the monsters responded to sound. I think it's called A Quiet Place, and it got me thinking. I need a way to soundproof an area where I'm going to sleep because I snore really loud. And that would let motherfuckers know where I am real quick, believe me. Let's see. Again, I was supposed to have jury duty in U.S. District Court, but got excused because of no transport. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that, dude. I'm very glad to get that. Kidnapped Tones 2. Mossad. Kidnapped Tones 2. All right, guys. That's it for now. That's the show. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far and wide. Keep your heads on a swivel. Be very, very cautious. Just have some situation awareness. Keep an eye on what's going on around you. Just because there aren't any terrorists that I believe doesn't mean that a false flag can't exist and can't happen near you. So don't get caught slipping, all right? Go out, live life to the fullest. Ride the bus till the wheels fall off. Get some scars, find some love and all that jazz. And I'll see you motherfuckers next week. All right.